Also, this would be the first election where Priyanka Gandhi is going to be representing the state, and of course, Wayanad is her constituency. So, do you see this as some kind of a test of Priyanka Gandhi's leadership as well? How much support she can, galvanize really not only in Wayanad but across Kerala. And I'm sure she would be campaigning both the brothers and sisters. But how much of a factor will Priyanka Gandhi's presence make in Kerala, according to you?
Priyanka Gandhi is very popular in Kerala, and she is particularly popular among the minorities. I remember this SOS message sent by Shashi Tharoor to the Congress High Command, asking her to be deployed in Thiruvananthapuram for just one day. Because he was fighting a tough election against Rajiv Chandrasekhar from the state capital, which he eventually won by a very slender margin. So he was very particular that Priyanka Gandhi come and campaign in the coastal belt, where she's very popular, even more popular than in the hinterlands. So among the fisher folk. So she did come and she did campaign, and it did make a difference. And she is also very popular among the Muslim minority. She's representing a Muslim constituency like Wayanad, where the Muslims form almost the same number as the majority community. So, the Gandhi family has always had this kind of a popularity. They have always enjoyed this popularity in the state. But I don't see, the thing is, uh, you can't expect Priyanka Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi to deliver the state for the party. That's of course going to be the state leadership which is going to do that. There's a dedicated general secretary, Deepa Das Munshi, who I credit for some of the,
Yeah.
for the for holding together the leaders, because she comes from West Bengal. She knows the ways and means in which the left operates, and she herself, in her speeches, usually speaks about it. And she's always there. She's camping in the state for the last many years. I think at least for the last couple of years, she's always been there. I see her everywhere, in Thiruvananthapuram, in Kochi, in Kozhikode, wherever there's a program. So she's practically camping in the state. So I think the state leaders plus the general secretary in charge, they're doing a very fine job as it is. And whatever Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, they bring
So,
it.
so you feel that Priyanka might turn out to be a bigger factor than Rahul Gandhi in the state?
Yes, Priyanka Gandhi does enjoy a lot of popularity, but Rahul Gandhi, unlike in the Hindi belt, Rahul Gandhi is not seen as he doesn't have that kind of a Pappu image. He's never had a Pappu image in Kerala, so I don't see how Rahul Gandhi is going to be any less of a factor. Of course, he's not a sitting MP anymore from Wayanad. That's the only difference. But today, the traffic jam in Kochi and the kind of turnout at his program, and it's evident that he's popular. He remains popular in Kerala.
Now I'll also come to the challenges within the left front. Now, and of course, before I come to the picture in entirety about the left, one more question: that Congress has said that they are ready to ally with the left in states like West Bengal, in states like Assam, in Puducherry. Now, is that alliance with the left somehow going to impact the Congress versus left battle in Kerala?
I don't think it will affect even a little bit, even a wee bit, because there's been no let up in very volatile statements against each other by the left and the Congress leaders. There's never a dull moment. There's never even yesterday, a Sunday was uncharacteristically full of political statements being aired by some leader or the other. So there's always a back and forth. So if Pinarayi Vijayan comes up with a statement against the Congress leaders, there will always be there'll be a reciprocal attack from the other side. So it's always, there's a lot of drama here, which has nothing to do with what happens in national politics or what happens in West Bengal or Assam or wherever the Congress and the left might ally together. I don't think that makes any difference in Kerala because they're always at each other's throats. So practically there is no difference.
All right, now I'm coming to the challenges before the Pinarayi, Vijayan, and the left. Now, why do you think that the left force is waning? Even though they were confident, they very well came to power in the second term. But why does the third term look very difficult for Pinarayi Vijayan?
When Pinarayi Vijayan got a second term, the left front changed the ministers. They had a completely new look. Initially they stated that it was done to ensure that there is a succession, that the party doesn't fossilize as it happened in West Bengal. That seemed to make sense to some people, but then there were other people who doubted that it could change the whole, the composition of the cabinet, and they'll all end up being yes men to Pinarayi Vijayan, and that's what happened. Strong leaders, strong ministers like K.K. Shailaja, T.M. Thomas, Isaac, G. Sudhakaran, who are all notable leaders on their own, they were sidelined, and Pinarayi Vijayan had nobody, saying anything against him in the cabinet meetings. There was practically no opposition to him in the party. I mean, there was no opposition to him in the party even after V.S. Achyutanandan's his age-related issues which sidelined him. But in the cabinet, he always had to reckon with leaders like Thomas Isaac and G. Sudhakaran, K. Shailaja, and it was well documented. The newspapers reported, Malayalam Manorama would report how they'll force Pinarayi Vijayan's hand in making some change or the other, because it cannot be just a one man show. And Pinarayi Vijayan in the second term, he has used the secretaries. The chief secretary is practically running the government. For the ministers have they have been left to do nothing. The secretaries are running the show for Pinarayi Vijayan. So in such a scenario, I think the delivery of services and the delivery by the ministers is sorely lacking, as it was in the first Pinarayi government. The most conspicuous case is the health ministry, which had a very prominent K.K. Shailaja in the first term. Now it's Veena George, who is a former journalist, who was thrust into the party because of community, relations, and the Orthodox Church backed her, and then there was some deal between the left and the Orthodox Church, and she was catapulted into the ministry. But her performance has been quite poor. And so all these issues have affected the left government. Of course, they also have a shortage of funds this time. Unlike in the first term, they had issues with funding, but then it wasn't as acute as it is today. They're finding it tough to disperse welfare pensions. So that is another issue. And of course, there is there's a huge anti-incumbency against Pinarayi Vijayan. Unlike the post-COVID scenario, when people wanted a strong leader like Pinarayi Vijayan, today people are fatigued. They can't. I don't know about Narendra Modi, but in Kerala's case, Pinarayi Vijayan seems to be past his sell-by date. Of course, the left front can never be ruled out to come back again. But this is going to be the last election for Pinarayi Vijayan. Either he goes out or he comes back as the chief minister. So it depends on what the next 3 months can do to Kerala politics.
And another thing, I mean, are the people of the state also perceiving Pinarayi Vijayan as somebody who is gravitating more towards the BJP? Because in between, there were few episodes where people started saying that Pinarayi Vijayan is trying to come close to BJP. Is that the perception which the people of the state also have about him?
There are certain sections of people who feel that Pinarayi Vijayan is holding on to the job by the benevolence of the Union Home Minister. There was this very popular or infamous case of his daughter's, company taking bribes from a businessman, Shashidharan Karta. So his daughter was in the dock, and it was alleged, or it was, the bank trail is there for that in that case. So the income tax found it, and the income tax took a, they made the company pay a penalty, and this was all hushed up, and the media brought it out, and or else this wouldn't have come into the public domain. And there's an increasing section of people, in Kerala, who seem to come to think that they've come to the conclusion that there is something, underhand, deal between Pinarayi Vijayan and the central BJP leadership. They feel that the state BJP leadership is being kept out of it. That they feel that as long as Pinarayi Vijayan remains chief minister, the SNC Lavalin case, which is still pending in the courts, that will never get a hearing. That case has, I think, had, it reminds me of Sunny Deol's famous Tariq dialogue. It's been pending for so many years now. So
Right.
even this time, it's been, the case was pending. I think the case was supposed to be held, taken up in December, but then the next date is post the next election. I mean, the assembly election. So it means that the people have concluded that until he remains chief minister, that case will not be taken up for hearing. So of course, people have this kind of a, they have come to a conclusion that a large section of people have come to a conclusion that there is something going on.